Did you know that the number of American expats, or those living outside of the US, has more than doubled since 1999? 40% of these expats have left the States for the Western Hemisphere, which includes Canada and countries in Central and South America. Additionally, 26% move to Europe, 14% head to East Asia and the Pacific, 14% move to the Middle East, and 3% move to Central or South Asia or Africa. Today on Across the Globe, we're going to be looking at the top 10 countries Americans are moving to and share some of the benefits of these countries in case you're looking to follow an expat life too. Number 10, Ireland. Ireland is a popular destination for those looking to move abroad but stay in an English-speaking country. It's particularly popular for those who have American-Irish dual citizenship, with this group representing about 16.8% of all Irish people with dual citizenship in 2016. But there's more to Ireland than just the language. Those who move here are also enticed by affordable healthcare, Ireland's low crime rate, and its rich culture. For those looking to travel while living abroad, it also presents a convenient location with easy access to the rest of Europe. That being said, there is a reason that Ireland isn't number one on this list, and that's because of its cost of living. In fact, Ireland is considered the second most expensive country to live in all of Western Europe, with the average monthly cost of living for a single person being a little less than $3,000, and for a family of four, about $5,250. Number 9. Costa Rica. Costa Rica has long been one of the top destinations for expats. It's estimated that around 50,000 Americans live in Costa Rica, which, for a country of about 5.2 million, represents nearly 1% of the population. In 2021, about 1,600 Americans officially moved here. Costa Rica is a popular destination for those from the US for many reasons. For starters, it's close, located only about 2,300 miles from the US border. In addition to its proximity, Costa Rica is also considered one of the top destinations to retire abroad due to its flexible visa options, and it's considered a relatively safe country, especially for women. Then, of course, we have the weather. With temperatures ranging from 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit year-round and the opportunity to spend time on beautiful beaches and in rainforests, it's no wonder this is a top destination. Finally, Costa Rica is relatively affordable compared to many parts of the US. You can expect to pay about $300 to $600 per month for a relatively modest apartment or small house, or up to $1,500 per month for a more luxury dwelling. Number 8. New Zealand. In 2021, about 1,850 Americans moved to New Zealand, making it one of the top 10 destinations for Americans in recent years. While this may not seem like a lot of people, considering that this statistic represents number of people moving during the pandemic, coupled with the fact that New Zealand's population is only about 5 million, this is pretty significant. It also represents a 78% increase from the number of Americans who moved in 2019, making this a new hotspot for Americans looking to lead the expat life. Finally, the cost of living is far cheaper than that of most places in the US, ranking 22% less expensive overall. Number 7. Portugal. According to Entrepreneur, Portugal has become a particularly popular destination for Gen X expats as of late. In 2021, 2,475 Americans officially moved to Portugal. There are several possible reasons for this uptick in interest in the Portuguese lifestyle. For starters, Portugal is known to have temperate weather year-round, and warm weather is one of the main driving factors of retirees. It also has a breathtaking natural landscape, relatively low crime, a rich history, and an affordable cost of living, especially for a European country. According to International Citizens Group, for instance, Portugal's housing costs are about 33% lower than those in the US, and the cost of living is a whopping 40% lower. Number 6. Israel. The number of Americans moving to Israel increased 40% between 2019 and 2021, with a total of about 3,480 Americans moving there. Of these, 1 in 10 moved to West Bank settlements. This is likely due to the draw of the West Bank's ideology, along with a desire to live amongst other English-speaking immigrants. In addition, the cost of living is another pull. For instance, Israel's healthcare system guarantees universal coverage for citizens and residents. Plus, although Israel is ranked one of the top 10 most expensive countries to live in, it's actually still significantly more affordable to live here versus in the US. A single person living in Israel, for instance, can expect to pay approximately $1,780 per month versus the $2,200 that's needed in the US. Number 5. Germany. In 2021, approximately 6,900 Americans moved to Germany. While this number was lower than normal because of the pandemic, it still remains one of the top destinations for Americans seeking expat status. Germany's solid economy and its welfare system are two of the major pulls for Americans. For instance, Germany is known to have a solid work-life balance, a clean environment, low crime, and great public transportation. It's also far more affordable. According to Living Cost, while the monthly cost of living for one person in the US is approximately $2,213, in Germany, it's only $1,442 per month. Number 4. Australia. While Australia's borders were closed between March 2020 and February 2022, this hasn't stopped it from still being one of the top destinations for Americans to move to, and it's currently ranked the 4th most popular country for expats. This is especially the case for millennials and Gen Z because of Australia's working holiday visa. The visa allows Americans between the ages of 18 and 30 to obtain a visa to live and work in Australia for up to 12 months, although the visa can be renewed for a stay up to 3 years. Because of the difficulty of getting work visas abroad, this presents a sort of loophole for those looking to work and live in another country. And with a minimum wage of over $21 per hour, it's no wonder this is a popular destination for millennials and Gen Zers looking to live and work abroad. Number 3. Canada. Canada ranks high up on the list of places Americans are moving to, representing one of the top 3 most Googled places for movers. In fact, Americans typed "moving to Canada" into Google about 21,000 times a month last year. In 2022, nearly 12,000 Americans followed through on that Google search and relocated to Canada. The reasons are varied, including anything from dissatisfaction with American politics and an ever-growing feeling of divisiveness in the country to seeking out opportunities for a better cost of living and more affordable education. For instance, the cost of living in Canada is estimated to be 13% lower than in the United States. Number 2. The United Kingdom. The United Kingdom is another one of the places that are most Googled by Americans looking to live abroad. And in 2022, about 14,600 Americans moved there. One of the reasons for this is that, like Ireland, the official language is English. So, for the 78% of Americans who only speak English, there is no language barrier. Another draw of the UK is that it provides access to free healthcare. While the cost of living difference between the UK and the US isn't the lowest on this list, it's still cheaper overall to live in the UK than in the States. The cost of living for a single person is about $1,800 in the UK versus over $2,200 in the US. Number 1. Mexico. Mexico is the top destination for American movers of all age groups, with over 16,000 moving there in 2021 alone. And there's a good reason they're choosing Mexico as their expat destination. Mexico not only has beautiful scenery, a vibrant culture, and pretty great weather year-round, but it's also relatively affordable to live there. The cost of a house in an upscale neighborhood in Mexico goes for around $150,000. If you wanted a condo with an ocean view in Puerto Vallarta, for instance, you could probably land that for about $120,000. Like most things, however, there's always a downside, and for Mexico, that's crime, meaning that Americans moving here may need to be more aware of their surroundings. What about the 10 countries you can live lavishly for cheap? Watch that video right here.